It's SupremeKotor. Welcome back to another episode of How the Pros Play. First, I actually want to start today off with a confession. You may have seen it in some of my other videos, you may have heard it around, and I have to tell you, it's 100% true. I'm a huge Paris Eternal fan. Now that that's off my chest, I can admit that they are the ones that inspired me to make this video. Today we are looking at how the pros play bunker comps, and so let's jump right into it. So what is a bunker comp? The majority of you probably know it as pirate ship, or cheese comp, or something similar. It's most commonly ran on maps like Junkertown, where there is huge, long sightlines, and the payload can give you some extra mobility. It's classically been run with a Bastion and a Risa, and more recently a Baptiste, but this can vary. The important aspects of it is that you have a huge damage source, a huge point presence, and strong healing / damage boosting. So why did the Paris Eternal motivate me to make this video? Well, they've been running bunker comps a lot. No, like a lot. And they've had a great amount of success and terrible failures with it already. The top 500 ladder also resonates some of this. While it's not dominated by bunker comps, there is quite a few very high players playing the heroes that are generally only meta in bunker comps. First, you have to understand what maps bunker comps are viable or meta on. Bunker comps excel at holding a specific area from one spot or a couple of spots that can be reached with very short rotations. Think of it as the opposite of goats. Goats comps like the enemy team to be nice and close, which turns into a huge brawl titled Which Team Can Kill the Enemy Rhine First. If the entire enemy team is right on top of your bunker, something probably went terribly wrong. For these reasons, bunker comps are not usually ideal for control maps. Instead, they work best when defending on hybrid or assault, and most times on payload maps. Junkertown Attack is one of the best times to run a bunker comp. You can set up on the payload, which gives your Bastion additional mobility, and it's very hard for the enemy team to dislodge you. Once you've decided you're going to run a bunker comp, you need to pick the rest of your team's heroes. In my opinion, Orisa, Bastion, Mercy, and Baptiste are invaluable and must be picked for your bunker comp. Damage boost, resurrection, and immortality field are essential to help the Bastion survive. From there, you get a tiny bit of freedom. Most teams like to add a diva. This helps them contest high ground and defense matrix the Bastion. A small number of teams will instead add a Rhine. Having 2 shields for Bastion can keep him in the fight much longer. The last spot on your team will usually be taken by another DPS. Most commonly, this is Widow or Hanzo. Both of these snipers can play totally independent of the Bastion and help divide the enemy's attention between the two of them. If you don't want to play a sniper, I suggest bringing a Zen or Junkrat into your last slot for the extra damage. I really cannot stress your team comp enough. If you aren't careful, you'll end up running a weird version of a multiple DPS comp that doesn't have very much synergy and usually will not work out so well. Now that you know what maps to run bunker on and how to build your comp, let's take a look at how to actually play bunker comps. Thankfully, it's super simple. Bastion wants to deal as much damage as possible to the enemy team's tanks. This will deny the entire team the space that they so desperately need. Orisa and Diva want to protect Bastion, or protect or push the cart or point. For example, if you're defending and your bunker is off the point, your Diva would actually want to go to point to stop the enemies from capping it. The supports need to focus on keeping Bastion alive at all costs. Once you have the basics of that down, it all comes down to small rotations. It's so important that you don't let the entire enemy team end up on top of your Bastion. The Spitfire actually have a fantastic example for us. They know that the rain could easily drop off the bridge and kill their Bastion, so a couple of them push the cart while their Bastion stays behind. This is a perfect example of a rotation. You can actually see just a little bit later in this push, they do not move their Bastion off cart, and the rain drop down off high ground and are easily able to kill the Bastion and stop their push. In my opinion, the current best way to stop bunker comps is to drop on them with goats, land a dive all at the same time, has to be combined with something like an anti-nade or like a blade usually though, Or, very lastly, run something like a double sniper and stop them from ever setting up. But that sounds like a totally different video because I could go way more in depth on that. If you learned something from this video, please subscribe because there is going to be a new video in this exact same series next week. Otherwise, thank you for watching.